Hi sewers and aspiring sewers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Doyen, and in this tutorial I'm going to be teaching you how to make this t-shirt design you are seeing on your screen. If this looks like what you're interested in, then you want to keep watching this video to the end. So these are the basic materials we're going to be working with. The first thing we have here is this piping tape, which is about 4 yards. It is also similar to a bias, but it is not bias. So the other thing we have here is a cotton fabric, which is about 1 trouser, and it is a heavyweight cotton fabric for t-shirt. So the next thing you want to do is to lay your fabrics on a double fold like this and make it equal at different edges. So for my length, the length of my t-shirt is 27 inches. So I'm just going to be adding 1.5 inches to it. So overall, I'm going to measure 28.5 inches as my length measurement. After that, I'm going to go in with my shoulder measurement, which is 16 inches. 16 inches divided by 2 is 8 inches. So I'm going to be adding half inch seam allowance. That would be 8.5. So I'm going to just mark 8.5 here. Then for my neckline width, I'm going to go ahead to measure 2.5 inches for my neckline width. If you are on a bigger size, you can add half inch to that. Then for the neckline depth for the back, I'm going to come down by 1 inch, and then I'm going to mark my neckline curve around it. So this is the neckline for the back side of my round neck t-shirt. Then for the depth of the front neckline, I'm going to come down by 4 inches. So it depends on how choked you want your neckline to be. If you want it to come down a bit, you can come down by 4.5 or 5 inches. So this is mine. I'm just going to mark the curve around my neckline, just as seen in this video. So after that, the next thing you want to do here is to measure your chest line. You're going to repeat the same shoulder measurement around your chest line, which is 8.5 inches. And basically, you're just going to mark a straight line around here, just as you can see in the video. So the next thing I'm going to be doing here is to come down from the top part of my fabric by about 1.5. I'm going to slant it towards my neckline, which is what you can see, just to form a slope around my shoulder line, just as you can see. Then from that point, I'm going to come down by 8.5 inches. So 8.5 is going to be my armhole measurement, which is what you can see on your screen. Then I'm going to divide 8.5 by 2, which is about 4.25. Then from that point, I'm going to come in by 0.5. You could come in by 1 inch, you come by 0.5. Then on this part, I'm going to come out by 0.5. Then connect those lines together just to form a curve around my armhole, just as you can see in the video. Next is my body measurement. I already measured that while folding my fabric. So what I have here is 10.5. So on my measurement book, my body measurement is 40 inches. Divided by 4 is 10 inches. Then I added half inch. That makes it 10.5. So what I have on my body here is 10.5. So the next thing I'm just going to do here is to cut out what I already have measured here. So after that, you separate the front from the back to cut the front neckline. So this is the front part of my round neck t-shirt, of which I'm going to be cutting out the front neckline. So this particular material I'm working with is not lengthy, and I don't know, maybe due to the stretchiness of the fabric, it became shorter than expected. So I'm just going to be managing what I have here. The length of my sleeve is 9 inches, so I'm going to be adding 1.5 inches to the length for folding. That will be 10.5 inches. So what I have on my length here is 10.5 inches. So because I'm going to be working with 2 sleeves, I placed each of my fabric on a fold, just as seen in this video. Then for the length, we have about 11 inches measured here, and I told you we need just about 10.5 inches, so 11 inches is okay. Then from the top side, I'm going to come down by 3.5 inches for the sleeve curve. Then for the sleeve width, since we used 8.5 as the armhole, I added 1 inch, so we have 9.5 for the sleeve width. So from this first line here, I'm going to I measure 3.5, then I'm going to come down again and measure 1.5. So for clarity, the first line is for my sleeve curve, while the second line is for my round sleeve. My round sleeve is measured as 14 inches. I'm going to divide that into 2, which gives us 7 inches, and I added 1 inch seam allowance. Then my down sleeve is 12 inches, which is 6 inches, and I added 1 inch seam allowance, which gives us 7 inches. So basically, I'm going to be connecting the down sleeve to the round sleeve and then to the sleeve curve, just as seen in this video. Then I'm going to create a curve for my sleeve using my French curve, just as you can see in this video as well. So once you're done with all of this, then the next thing is to cut out what we have here. So you can see that the other part that wasn't full enough was not needed. So I'm just going to notch the center point of my sleeve. The next thing here is the neckline band. Since the fabric is stretchy, we're going to be using the fabric for the neckline band. So what I have here is about 8 inches, so which I feel it's going to be enough for the circumference. So for the length of my neckline band, I'm going to work with 2.5 inches. So I'm just going to mark 2.5 inches here, just as you can see. So make sure that the width of your neckline band is also the stretchy part, while the length is going to be the non-stretchy part. So I'm just going to cut out this part and connect it together with the other part of my fabrics, and that will be all on the cutting process of this particular design. If you're interested in upgrading your skill, our online courses flyers are displayed on the screen. The necessary information that you need as regards the course outline, the fee, the phone number to contact is actually included on the flyer. So all you just need to do is send a DM to the number on the flyer to register for any of the courses you're interested in. So one major question I get a lot is, can I use my manual machine to sew streetwear? Yes, you can. The only thing that makes this particular machine different from your manual machine is that it sews and it weaves at the same time. So if you can sew with your manual machine and you can go ahead to weave after sewing, then you are good to go. So the first step here is to connect the shoulder lines together. I place the front bodies on the back bodies, just as seen in this video. So at this point, you can decide to pin on each side, just as seen right here. Then go ahead to make a stitch on each side of your shoulder line. Next thing you're going to do here is to spread out your armhole like this. Then you're going to pick up your sleeve and locate the center point of your sleeve, which has been notched already. So you're going to connect the center point of your sleeve towards the joining part of your shoulder line, just as seen in this video, and basically you circulate it around the armhole, just as seen here. So you're going to be pinning. While you do that, you're going to circulate it around the armhole, just as seen in this video. So once you have that done, the next thing you're going to do here is to sew around your armhole. So I'm going to be sewing from here downwards. So after sewing, this is what it looks like. So I went ahead to repeat the same thing on the other side as well, and this is what we have. So the next thing I'm going to be doing here is to connect the armhole joining together like this. So basically what I'm trying to do here is to make it stable around the sleeve area. I'll also do the same thing on the other side as well. On the other side here, I'll also pin the armhole joining together and also pin towards the sleeve area. I want to centralize the sleeve, so I'll also pin around the down part of the sleeve, just so that can be equal. So I'll go ahead to create a gaiter around the sleeve. So after doing that, the next thing I'm going to do here is to mark out the line for my design. So from my neckline, I'm going to come down by 2.5. So basically it's like coming down by about 5 inches from the back neckline. Then on the sleeve here, I'm going to mark the center point for the sleeve. So on the down sleeve, I have about 7 inches here. So I'm going to mark the center point, which is about 3.5 thereabouts. So I'm going to mark that point here. On this other side here, I'm going to also divide what we have here into 2, which is about 3.5 thereabouts. So basically, I'm going to connect this towards the mark at the center, just as seen in this video. I'll also extend it towards the other mark, just as seen in this video. So we have the center point for our design. So this is going to be the starting point for our design. So the next thing you want to do here is to spread out your cloth and start layering your design. So we're going to start from the sleeve towards the other end. So I'm going to place my piping tape, or piping tape like this, and then I'm going to sew on one side of it straight down. So once I'm done with one part of the piping tape, I'm going to go ahead to sew on the second side of the piping tape. So I'm going to pick it up from here again and sew straight down. So after sewing, this is what it looks like. So for the other layering, I'm going to be placing it side by side with this one that we just did. So the next one is going to be coming before this one. So the gap in between is going to be around about 0.3. It's not going to be up to 0.5. So I'm just going to follow the same pattern by sewing on one side first and then sew on the other side. So after sewing, this is what it looks like. So the next layering is going to be coming after the middle one, and we're going to follow the same procedure. The gap in between each of the layering is about 0.4 or 0.30. So I'm just going to sew on one side just like I said, and I'm also going to sew on the other side of my piping tape. After sewing, this is what it looks like. This is how the design looks like. So you can see that the design is centralized and it is at the position where we want it to be. The next thing here is to join the side of our t-shirt together. So basically we're going to be connecting the sleeve together on the wrong side like this. So I'm going to be sewing from the sleeve down to the bodice area just as illustrated in this video. I'll also repeat the same thing on the other side as well. Next thing you want to do here is to measure your neckline circumference. So I'm going to position my neckline like this, and then I'm going to measure the circumference of my neckline. So what we have here is 9 inches. So I'm going to take out 2.5 inches from 9 inches, and what we have is 6.5. I am going to add 0.5 sewing allowance to it, and in total we'll be having 7 inches for our neckline band. So this is my neckline band. I'm going to be placing it on a fold like this, and I'm going to measure 7 inches for the neckline band. So we're going to be joining it here. So the next thing to do here is to fold your neckline band and circulate it round like this. Then on your neckline, you're going to come backward by 1 inch from your shoulder line, and then the joining of your neckline band is going to be connected to this point. So you can go ahead to pin it so it doesn't shift away, and then you stretch your neckline band around your neckline circumference just as illustrated. So I'm going to start my sewing from here, and while I sew, I'm going to be stretching my neckline band to fit into the measurement that is on my neckline circumference. So after sewing, this is what it looks like. So you can see that effortlessly it is well laid. So the next thing I'll be doing here is to fold the sleeve and the downside of the t-shirt. So I'll be doing that with my taping machine. So the other ones I'm going to be folding on will be around 1 inch. If you are not working with a taping machine, you can also weave and then make a fold with your straight sewing machine. So I'm going to be sewing this round. So after sewing, this is what it looks like. So I'll just go ahead to repeat the same thing on the other parts that are necessary. So here's the final look. Here is the final result of the t-shirt we just created. If you watch this video to this point, this is me saying thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to like, comment and share, and if you're yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please kindly subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.